Maybe we should get to Marilyn Manson playing as well when we walk in. Anyway, hello, welcome to Gaming Tavern's YouTube channel and podcast pre-show. I'm Jamie. We've got Ross, Graham, and Pete. Hello, everybody. Hello, Pete.
Hello, Pete. Hello, everybody.
How was the piece so underwhelming?
Underwhelming. That was.
You just build it up and then whiffed it.
The energy. It's just, especially as Pete. He's here joined us.
Sunday vibes.
For some Guess the Game before we get into a podcast entirely dedicated to one game and one game only. But for now, let's Guess the Game. Gentlemen, we've been staring at the screen for about 15 minutes now while we've been talking. Any ideas other than worms, Graham?
I don't know. The girder does look familiar, but it really could be anything. The dark colours we think of like Wolf of Wall Street, but no, Wolf Among Us.
Wolf of Wall Street?
Yeah, could be.
What
did you say? Rust, Ross?
Yeah.
As in the survival.
That looks the wrong art form to be Rust.
It's not Rust.
Yeah.
What?
Any better suggestions though, or else I'm going with it?
It's not.
You see a rusty girder.
I don't think it's worms because
I'm seeing what I see.
Like that would be something that worms.
Mr. Chips would be proud.
Yeah.
All right, I'm going to go with Rust and see what happens. No, of course it's not.
It's good,
we
but
already agreed. Yeah, it's good, but it's not the right answer.
Is it a Statue of Liberty?
What? It's like a turd over a
shit-looking flame.
Yeah. Okay. So lots of fire. 73% on Metacritic. I must admit, I'm drawing even more of a blank now than after that first image.
That's made it worse. Like,
yeah.
It could literally be anything. It's basically anything. It's got green flame, so it's anything that's fantasy.
I'm gonna just.
It's like a kid's toy in a tray of puke. Doesn't really help it.
I'm just gonna throw just a random one out there. It's definitely not this one, but it might be this series, perhaps. Unless anyone's got any better ideas.
No.
Ooh. PS2.
PS2.
Okay.
Medieval.
I thought that was Ganondorf for a second there, but it's PS2. It's not God of War, is it?
Medieval was PS1.
God of War PS2?
No, Medieval was better than that, wasn't it? Better than 70%.
I don't know. Medieval was awesome, but
we could try Medieval.
I thought it was better than that, but I don't have anything else. I said Discworld, but
try Medieval.
No.
That looks like a Mortal Kombat character. The Shiva? But she's only got two arms.
No, she had 4 arms.
Yeah, not enough arms.
That's what I mean. She's got 2 arms, not 4.
Yeah, I'm not sure that.
We got a mini map over here as well.
It's a beat 'em up.
Like a brawler,
a mini map.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it looks like a mini map. Some sort of.
It's more the direction you're facing rather than a mini map, I think.
Yeah, Dark Alliance was the beat 'em up version of Mortal Kombat.
It's not Mortal Kombat though.
I'm trying to think. There's like a
PS2 beat 'em up. You got like Final Fight and.
There was one. I can't think of the fucking name of it. So not. I keep thinking Bloody Raw, but that was a literal fighter game, not. Bloody something.
So no, just to say Instinct, whatever it was. But
she looks fairly supernatural.
What, Killer Instinct?
Yeah, that was like
Killer Instinct. No, Killer Instinct was like a side scroll.
I know. I was thinking with Bloody Mary.
Bloody Mary.
No.
Bloody Mary.
I mean, we could try Bloody Raw unless anyone's got.
We don't know what it is.
No. Okay.
2006.
That was isn't that like a Ninja Gaiden looking character?
It's got some sort of magic.
Wait, wasn't there some sort of Final Fantasy spin-off that was a beat 'em up of some description?
Well, there was, but not
in
that
Crisis
era,
Core or something.
No, because that was based around Zack, wasn't it?
I don't know.
Really
It's got a very Final Fantasy vibe to this guy here. I don't know why.
I'm thinking like a cross between God of War and Mortal Kombat, like. And 2006, so it's literally the year before, obviously the 360 and the PS3 came out. So late in the game cycle.
The guy with the sword looks
like Grey Fox from Metal
Gear. Yeah, it looks a bit like Grey Fox. Yeah.
What's that dude on the floor? Is he being like Zack?
Looking one as well.
Is that reaching for someone like, oh?
Poor guy. Any suggestions? Any thoughts at all?
No.
I don't remember there being a Prince of Persia beat 'em up.
I don't think it's Prince. Well, it could be. What was the one we talked about every week? Warrior Within, but I don't think so. I don't remember.
It's just always the character just looks like that kind of outfit.
Doesn't look recognisable anyway.
No.
Guess 5 is usually look. It's really obvious who this person is.
Well, you tried Final Fantasy. That was your first thought, Jay. Give for that one.
I mean, you can try it, but it's not a Final Fantasy.
Right, I'll try that. Was it? No, not Crisis Zone. Crisis Core. That's what I was thinking. No. Clover. Okay.
Nope.
I have an idea, but I don't know if it's right because I've never really played this game. Has anybody got any other suggestions?
I was about to say Teemo Sub-Zero.
I think it's that blue.
Raiden and Sub-Zero had a baby. Look.
Go on. We're spent, Jay. I'm thinking blue.
Jay seems to know what he's doing. So
I know that game, and it looks like what I imagine that game looks like, but I'm not entirely sure. Ross, any thoughts?
Not a fucking clue.
All right, let's try that.
Hey!
We did it. We got there. Never played it.
I'm giving myself half a point because I said God.
Yeah, God of Hand. Yeah. So I know again, it's like a cult classic. This one apparently, a bit weird, bit unique, but yeah, I've never played it. So
yeah, I've never heard that in one of Sundays.
We did it. Good work.
We weren't even born then, were we, lads? Nah.
No, definitely not. Definitely not. Anyway, so that was Guess the Dot Game number 1163rd. If you want to join us on the Discord, you can submit your scores each and every day as well, like we do. Or you can just go back and catch up on all the other 1,000 odd games you haven't played if you haven't played so far. It's lots of fun. Do it every day. Sometimes they're easy, sometimes they're a bit trickier, like so. And sometimes, fucking, you've got no fucking hope. I don't know how people ever get some of them, but that's the beauty of the game. Anyway, let's get into the podcast where we're going to discuss all sorts of things related to Cloud Scores Expedition 33. Carry on. Hello, good evening, and good welcome to Xbox Tavern's Gaming Tavern. Oh my god, I'm out of practice still at this. Episode 192nd. I am Jamie, and I'm joined by the wonderful MPV Graham.
Hello.
Good hello, MPV Graham. Are you ready and raring to get into all sorts of wonderful goodness?
I'm one of those things.
Well, you have to pick one to go with and commit to it. Oh, we're good. We're gonna get into all sorts of fun.
I'll be raring. Raring and I'm ready.
Nice. Well, we've also got Scotch Ross coming in. Scotch Ross.
Evening, chaps. Evening.
Hello. You're very bright this evening.
I am very vibrant.
If you're not watching on the YouTube channel Gaming Tavern UK, you can see Ross's shiny orange jumper. If not, just picture in your head. It's like a nice beam of orange light direct into your eyeballs. No Millie Manny in this week. It's his son's birthday. Happy birthday, Millie Manny and son. But for now, we've got a super special replacement. Special guest Pete, come on in. Special guest Pete.
Hello, good evening. I feel like I should go get my Dragon Ball hoodie just to match the brightness of Ross.
Do you have that exact hoodie, Pete?
Yes, he does.
No,
I do.
Mine's got the go on it.
Okay.
You had this one.
No, I got the same one as that.
That's the one. I knew I'd seen it on the podcast.
I thought if there's three of us, we got to do it.
Exactly.
I mean, Graham the odd one out, but no.
Always
that's fine.
That.
Yes. Anyway, so we're here. We're going to talk about all sorts of wonderful news and video games we've been playing. We'd usually start with Project Game Pass, but to be quite frank, I'm not interested. I want to get straight to the main thing. Pete, you've been playing a special game called Clair Obscura Expedition 33 at last, after lots of badgering from me and Ross and Graham and Ian and probably every other cunt under the sun.
Will we all just mute our mics so we can't shout profanities on?
It's very, very important, Pete, that you spend the next 45 to 60 minutes telling us exactly why you like Clair Obscura Expedition 33 and why it's your personal game of the year, because I know it is, obviously.
Not to mention that it blew up your Xbox.
We don't mention any bad things, any negatives you have. Keep them to yourself. We're not interested. Go for it, Pete. Thoughts on Claire Obscure Expedition 33 after all this time?
It's good.
Cool, good, right.
Awesome. Good to hear about it.
No, do you know what? To be fair, I was going to play Kingdom Come Deliverance 2, but when I saw that it was like a 100-hour game, I was like, do you know what? I've just done the two Final Fantasies. I'm going to play something that's really quick, which the internet says that you can complete it in about 28 to 30 hours. I thought, do you know what? I might as well give it a go. And it is. I really enjoyed it. The combat, once you get used to the parrying stuff, like you have to take I think most fights you kind of have to take a bit of a beating before you kind of learn all the patterns. After that, it's all about parrying and dodging and all that kind of stuff. The story, the story was good, but I unfortunately, because I was very tired last week, I ended up falling asleep during a lot of the cutscenes. So even though I kind of understood what was going on, I wasn't really that gripped by it. But it wasn't bad by any stretch. It's a decent story, and I was.
Excuse me. Do you remember our previous discussion? Keep any negatives to yourself.
Hey, also, if you've got a good 45, 50, 60, 3 hours, we can walk you through everything.
The negative was on me for being too old and too tired to play the game. You know what I mean? Like,
that's fair enough. All right, I'll allow it. Carry on.
I mean, I was quite lucky to be awake for the whole of the third chapter, apart from when you defeat the Paintress and there's a whole cutscene, and then I woke up and I'm like, oh shit, I'm at a camp. What happened? So,
how did you fall asleep during that theme song?
Well, that's the thing. The soundtrack, I will say, is very, very good. Superb. Definitely the best soundtrack of the year so far. And do you know what? I really enjoyed it. Like, I enjoyed Monoko, my party, perving over everyone's legs, and the unique way he can kind of like learn abilities and stuff. Out of interest, my party, because Gustav wasn't in my party a lot, neither was CL. My three main ones were Monoko, Lune, and obviously Mael. They were my kind of free go-to. And they did a lot of damage, and it's obviously for ages. Obviously, I was sitting there going, "Please, I need this." I knew there was like a limit break damage somewhere, and I was like, "I need it." And when I got it, I was like, "Thank fuck, I'm now dealing like over 100k damage in a lot of these hits." I didn't grind it like I think a lot of you guys. I think I completed it when I was level 60, 65. So I did some optional stuff. But like one of my main gripes, I think, was what Graham mentioned about it not having like a mini map. Obviously, I don't need a mini map to know where I'm going. It's more about where I've been and not running around in a circle for 5 minutes wondering where the fuck to go next. Yeah. So that was the one thing that I was like, I want to explore this game, but I don't want to get lost, because there was a couple of days where I just naturally got lost and didn't know where I was going. Until, oh shit, look, there's stairs down there. I missed that for the last 10 minutes. So that map would have been good. Obviously, you got the world map, which is quite good. And obviously, if you haven't been to a place, then obviously there isn't a name on it, so that obviously helps out a bit. Also, the inability to not be able to do like a manual save, that kind of irked me a bit as well. Obviously, it's not a game that you can save scum anyway. But I kind of wish there was a way to kind of have save points so you could just save your progress as and when you
flag, don't you? That's what you generally have to do.
Yeah, I know, but there was a couple of occasions where I did that and it didn't. So obviously. But again,
well, you usually see it in the corner. You touch the flag and it says save.
Yeah, I know. I know. You see the saving icon. I left it a couple of seconds and I was like, oh, it didn't save. But I didn't end up losing a lot. It was fine. But yeah, soundtrack good, characters good, story good, bosses were good. You had the I don't know how much of spoilers you want to say, but obviously there was that scene at the end of Act 1, which is like, oh shit, okay. But then obviously his a doppelganger comes along anyway, which I was a bit like, okay.
Yeah,
but I don't know how much you want to get into spoilers here, but because I know the game's
I think we could. How long has it been out? 3 or 4 months now. I think we can we'll give you a quick warning if you don't want to hear some form of spoilers. Skip ahead half hour, 2 hours, 3 hours, however long we're going to be talking about this. But yeah, we'll try not to go too crazy towards the end. But I think early stuff like you'll mention Act 1, I think we can get into now if you want to.
yeah, I mean, end of Act 1, obviously the main character, he's kind of joint main character with Mael, you reckon? He's obviously the guy you kind of control at the start. Mr. Gustav, leader of Expedition 33 to kind of, he's just lost his girlfriend that he split up with 4 years ago, so he's got to avenge her. And yeah, he ends up getting taken out by the White-Haired Man. So
lance through the chest.
I know. Yeah, obviously Thingy Verso comes along just enough to replace him. Oh, okay. It hasn't got the same abilities. I'm like, yeah, he's pretty much Gustav 2.0, which it does kind of water down the loss a bit, because if I can refer to like Final Fantasy VII, right, in the OG when Aerith gets stabbed by Sephiroth. Yeah, as well as it being a gut-wrenching moment, one of the iconic moments in gaming history, you're sitting there thinking, shit, I haven't got a healer. Because someone came in straight away to replace it, it kind of negated that loss a little bit. But again, it's not a negative. I'm just saying it was just one of those things. It is a great game. I would give it a 9 out of 10 quite easily. I think
what is this healer you speak of?
Well, you can heal in this game, can't you?
You can. I think Ross went all fucking balls to the wall, but I use Lune as my healer, as we discussed previously.
Lune was all damage for me, just fucking all out.
I had Lune had the revival perk with me, but all my thingy was set up to like heal on parry, heal on counter attack, heal on kill. So damn right. It was basically number one was protect yourself first.
Yeah, mine was sort of let's kill everybody to reincarnate them so they do more damage.
Yeah.
I don't worry about healing. I worry about how much can I fuck you up in the first turn.
Yeah, and I see a lot of people online saying Mael was probably the best character in terms of damage wise, and that's fair enough. But obviously, my build probably wasn't that. My build with Lune, it wasn't even a build with Lune. It was just the abilities I had set up, where I did an Earth ability, I did the Ice ability. No, I did Ice first, then I did the Earth, then I did the Lightning one, which gave me like the white, whatever it was called, stain.
Yeah.
And then you just unleash this torrent of fucking magic on these people. It does like 8 or 9 hits, and they're all like, no. And so you're like, yeah, you can take a boss's health down in like half health in like one go. And I was like, yep, Lune's the one for me. I very much enjoyed Lune. And after I gave her the cheater thing as well, so she had 2 goes. So it was quite
that is one of the good things about it, because although Mael has been historically like the canon of the group who could go in and just sort of wreck folk with Stendhal and things like that, like my Verso build, because of the way it was built, my free hits got AP back. So every time I used a free hit, I got another shot and then another shot. So I was getting, like, before I'd even used one of my attacks, 40 shots off. It was just like spamming RT. Half the health bar was away, and it was like, all right, cool. So because I've kept hitting you, my perfection bars went up as well. So I now have an S, and I've got one of my skills that scale with level S to make it only like 3 AP.
Yeah.
Hit you with that. Then I've got cheater, and I can hit you again with my free shots. It was just fucking loved my Verso.
I think not being the best at parrying was probably why I didn't use Verso so much, because obviously when you get hit, it just resets. So
yeah,
like I said, my main 3 were like 65 at the end, and then I think Verso and CL were like level 58 or whatever. They're just being sat in the background.
But CL's another one, like, because of her like skills, you can get it so that once you play a shot, you get a second shot.
Yeah.
And then once you consume a stack of like sunlight, you get double damage for your next attack, and it's just, you can get ridiculous damage with her as well. Lune, the only one that I didn't get massive amounts of damage with, but she had that cool skill where you could use like one attack and it got the 4 different stains, and then because you had the 4 different stains, you could do like, what was it, Weather Mayhem or Weather Tempest or whatever it was, and it just fucking wrecked.
That's the one I was talking about. It only costs you like 4 AP, but it does so much fucking damage.
If you set it up right, absolutely smashed it. Great, Carol.
No, I said it was called Mayhem. That's the one. But with the combination of Mael and Soil, that's where you can really do damage. You're playing it post patch where they sort of fixed her super move where it just done sort of reams of damage. But if you had CL with like first attack, you can give her so she gives double damage to Mael, and then she gets to get all her AP in one hit and passes it over, like passes the turn directly to Mael. So she's
That's
like
what
juiced up straight away.
That's what I done for Simon. Spoilers for that name, but I don't tell you how the fight played out. I had CL starting off first to then do like the next person in the team, or you select the person that goes next and they get double attack power.
Yeah.
And then because of the weapon that I had on my L, she already had like full AP, and then she had the virtuoso stance. Hit him with Stendhal, and it was like, fucking hell.
Stendhal, that's the move. Yeah. So your Pete's playing post patch where Stendhal got nerfed quite a bit.
Yeah,
I think it's still pretty damning, but just not as bad as
not to the level it was. That was scary. Like fucking 150, 200 million damage.
Yeah. Another thing I'm going to say, which irked me a little bit, was like sometimes in cutscenes their faces were dirty and sometimes they were clean. And I was like, make your mind up. Are they clean? Are they dirty? So
it's just about the damage you've taken in. If their health is low, then they're dirty, and if their health is high,
just in cutscenes and just
but it carries over into that.
Camp.
As well.
They're in camp. And like, why are you dirty? You've just like,
yeah.
But no, again, and obviously what I found the crash only happened when I was in camp, weirdly, and after I sent that message, it didn't happen again. So I think it was just like during Act 2 camp scenes where they just crashed, which was really annoying. But I got worried because it was the same thing that happened with F1. So I was like, oh, God, I'm not going to play this again. But I managed to just get all through the cutscenes, like, skip it through fast.
Yeah.
And then end the conversation, go to flag, save.
So you said you didn't do a lot of the side stuff. Did you do any of the gestural beaches?
No.
Ooh.
Pete.
He would not put him through that.
No,
I did see one where I was like, "Yeah, you can unlock some bikini." No, I don't want to run around in bikinis now.
I had to do it for
all it was.
I found the casino, which I couldn't get into.
I did do. I'm not going. You got roulette at the casino. At least that's a good pick to have.
Yeah, I already had that. The roulette. It was like a 50%.
Yeah, but you get that from the guy who opens the big casino up in the sky. But the gestural beaches
does he improve it? Does he? Okay, I already had it.
No, you can just go to it and then like he shoots the shit with you. But there's no real point in the Grand Casino type idea. But the gestural beaches are good fun. I'd highly recommend them. They're great, a great laugh.
And there was one boss, like the optional boss that I found, that kind of flying snake thing. And I was like, do you know what? I'll give it a go. And then after about half an hour, I'm like, no, I've taken like about an inch.
How much did you regret that shit?
I was like, these fucking shields, man. Obviously, I had my L to take the shields down, but then I couldn't find a way to like parry or block or dodge when he absorbs too much AP. It just felt like he couldn't like dodge or parry whatever that attack was when he explodes. And
he is a bastard.
And in the end, I'm just like, no. And so
I attempted him when I first got to the end of the game.
Again, because of the save part, I just let him kill me and go, right, I didn't lose time. I'm going to sacrifice my last 15 minutes. It's fine.
I think you need to do, for him, you need to get to why these guys get, where you get certain builds where you can counter that. Because I did what you did. I was like, oh yeah, I'm fucking smashing everyone. I'll give it a go. And I could not fucking touch him to save my life.
He gives you a good hit from what I remember as well.
It does give you a good, yes. Yeah. But he's like, the first time I fought him, I went in completely blind, and then like he always gets the first attack, and then like drains the shields for your team. I was like, that's fine. I don't really use the shields that much. And it was like drains the AP for you. I was like, what the fuck? I can't attack.
Yeah, that was the thing. That was the killer. Taking my AP, and every single time I built some up, I was like, right, next time, and then he drain it all down. I was like, literally not even getting a chance. I can dodge and defend against his attack all day long, but
obviously he's exploded, and he's got no shields or whatever. But then you're like, what? He explodes, but then you're like, right, okay, but you've got no AP to attack. And then he's like, I think because I'm level 60 or whatever, and he was level, I think he's like level 80. I think it's recommended you fight him. So obviously, I'm probably 20 levels below where I should have been. So I'm like, well, he gets 2 goes, so he exploded, and then he shielded straight away. I'm like, well, that's me done. Like, I can't really do any damage to him before he recovers.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, see, I tried him at level like 42. Like, I don't think I'm supposed to be here yet.
Yeah.
Still a less annoying battle than Grand Tet.
Ted was easy.
Is that the
I
rock?
was it was difficult. I'd said he was annoying.
Yeah.
Well,
in fairness,
the rock just keeps jumping.
I had done my L build by then, so I got first attack. So I just hit my stand and he died. I was like, oh, take that.
But when you get the optional bosses where there's Chroma Grand Tet.
Oh yes. There is some of the Chroma bosses are fucking solid.
I beat that. Is it Proto? I beat him pretty easily. Well, not easily, but I took him down. The big
the one you get
the one that walks around in the sea.
Yeah.
Oh, Sprung.
That's the one,
Yeah.
Sprung. And that's where you get cheater from.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
Now you need to go to Renoir's. What's it called? What's Renoir's bit called?
Renoir's Drafts.
Yeah, go there. That's fun.
Well, I've seen a few clips online where it's like Simon's ultimate bottle boss, and I'm like,
Hence why I said go to
if
Renoir.
I get round to doing a new game plus, then I might do it. Because
also,
if you thought that snake was bad, Pete, times that by about 10.
Yeah,
for Simon.
I've seen the clips. Yeah. I've seen the clips. And I'm like, fuck.
So it's just
actually do the parry of that guy. It's like nuts.
it's the mechanics assignment. It's not even like how tough it is. It's like you beat his first stage. All right, cool, happy days, happy with that. And then like you start his second stage, you get off a couple of good hits, and then like removes all fallen members from the battleground. You're like, oh, that's cool. I can deal with that. That's fine. You thought take some hits, but away. It erases the expedition. What the fuck do you mean it erases the expedition? You get your level 40 fucking seal that you've not used in 8.5 hours dragged out into the battlefield. Come on, Hen. Come on. You can do it.
Your turn now, bitch.
It's like,
Yeah.
I would recommend, Pete, if you do want to do New Game Plus, I would recommend at least do it leveling yourself up quite a bit more, because I started New Game Plus at level 48, 49 maybe, and it is hard as balls.
You can beat the game pretty early then.
Yeah. I did a lot of optional stuff early, but towards the end, like these guys, I finished it, and then rather than go back and do it there, I thought I'll start New Game Plus. That makes sense. No, it is hard as balls.
I know. I started it again just to kind of have a go, and that first kind of tutorial bit of my own, I'm like, holy shit! So this is taking like this tutorial battle is going to take like half an hour.
Yeah. Even that was stuff, and even the first mime. The first mime I come across when I first found it, it kicked my ass. But then the rest of them were a piece of piss.
It's easy to parry though.
No, but then when I went back to it in New Game Plus, I thought, well, I know what I'm doing now. And honestly, the fight was like 45 minutes long just because I was doing such little damage on every parry. He barely touched me. But
did you find the guy in Lumiere?
Yeah, on my second playthrough, yeah.
See, I missed him the first time, and then I realised that was an achievement. I was like, fuck!
Yeah.
Oh, I must have got that one. So
you did. Yeah, the first one I found was the next one that you can find.
Yeah. Well, I'm level 99 on all my characters now, and I'm just doing the shitty odds and sods stuff in regards to collecting all the journals or the expedition markers and things like that. So I need to get all of them done, and then I can go back into New Game Plus so I can get the mime and apparently there's a missing sound thing that you can miss in the game as well. So I need to go back and find that.
One thing that didn't make sense to me in the head, didn't make sense in my head was obviously, did you guys all find the Expedition 60 memory? Like the guys with no clothes on. I'm like, how did it get there? Because in terms of progress,
So what happened, to explain it, is they got through the barrier.
Yeah.
Okay. They got all the way right up to the Paintress, but then they found out that it wasn't the Paintress, it was a baddie, it was a Renoir. So they sent one person back to go and tell Lumiere that it was Renoir that was a baddie, not the Paintress. But by the time he started heading back, he got gommaged because he ran out of time.
He died while swimming,
yeah. Sorry, we should probably put spoilers in for that. That's quite a...
Yeah. More. Spoilers continue on.
Yeah.
But yeah, so we will talk more about this game, I'm sure, at the end of the year. I don't want to spend I do want to spend
a lot of time talking about it
all evening talking about it, but we've got other stuff to get on with. But general thoughts, Pete, overall, you said you enjoyed it, 9 out of 10. Are you glad you finally played it? Do you think that we hyped it up too much or not enough?
Hyped up too much.
Not enough, perhaps.
It's a solid 8.5 out of 10. Easy. It's a great game.
Oh, he's low.
Oh, it's going down already. Hang
I was
on.
going to say, we did half a
Going
point.
the wrong way.
We've spoken about
Going
it.
the wrong way.
What you got to remember is before I played this game, I had just done Final Fantasy VII Remake, Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, which I agree with Ian was last year's game of the year had I played it. And then before that, I played the 2 Last of Us games. So in terms of gameplay and story, right after I played those 4 games, it is a high bar to kind of match or beat. And it does stand up against them, but I don't think it beats them. I think it's on their level for sure, but I don't think it beats them. I would think I would have loved the parry mechanic in the Final Fantasy game. I think that would have been quite good.
I would have played every Final Fantasy game if they had an interactive turn-based game.
Yeah.
Likewise, yeah. I certainly would have played more games like this.
Square don't want turn-based now, do they? They want all this kind of
free-flowing action.
Yeah.
Which has kind of made me want to play 16, to be fair.
Yeah. Well, Ian's bought 16, so I can play it when I get a shot.
Yeah, that kind of that's giving me an incentive to pick up 16, because that is something I struggle with as the turn-based stuff. I don't mind it with Pokemon because it's pixelated art. I know all games are pixelated art, but you know what I mean in regards to the simplicity of Pokemon. With a game like a Final Fantasy where you're summoning fucking, what are they called?
They're called summons, yeah.
Summons, yeah. When you've got them big, huge fucking summons and shit like that. I want to have like a bit more to it other than attack.
Yeah. It's the menu selections I don't like.
Yeah,
but so the fact that it feels a lot more interactive this time, even though you are still menu selecting, but being able to parry and dodge and buff your attacks is fucking chef's kiss. Chef's kiss indeed. All right, so especially because Pete, you finally played Clair Obscur Expedition 33. We can talk about it more, like I said, at the end of the year when we do our Game of the Year awards. I'm sure we will, because I haven't played anything better than that this year, and I know you. I'm pretty sure it's going to be high up on most of my list, but we'll get to that.
Although apparently Donkey Kong's Game of the Year.
Supposedly Donkey Kong is very good.
Well, they're saying the top 3 are going to be Expedition 33, Donkey Kong, and Death Stranding 2. They're the 3
Stranding 2, yeah. Which apparently is also very good, but I haven't played that.
Imagine GTA 6 would have come out.
Yeah, we'll see what happens at the end of the year. So Clair Obscur Expedition 33, fucking tremendous game. You go read my review on xboxtavern.com right now. It's one of the only 10s you've given this year. I think the only 10 I've given this year. I don't remember now.
A 10 that isn't Resident Evil.
Oh.
Yeah, well, that's just default, though, isn't it? Except I think I've only given one Resident Evil 10, but that doesn't matter. Anyway, let's move on. Let's go to... Who do we want to go to next? That's a very good question. Graham, I'm going to go to you.
Yeah.
You've been playing some Dynasty Warriors Origins.
Yeah, I have gone back to it. So now that I've got on top of all the reviews and they're all out there, I'm going to go back and start finishing some games off. And this one was good and infuriated me at the same time because I was 2 battles away from getting to the ending. It's like it didn't even like set you up saying this is like the final battle or anything. It was like this one big battle, then this is another big battle, and then it sort of talked to it, and then ending. Oh, wasn't expected like that, because there's 3 massive branches you can go down. I just completed that branch, and so it goes, you've now completed it, you could go back to like the 3rd chapter and then play through the other branches. But oh man, 2 battles away, I could have just done those last fucking 2. But I mean, these games are always renowned for sort of, the 1v couple of thousands and just causing chaos and everything. So they're great fun to sort of pick up and play. And you can go back to them quite easily and sort of remember everything that you did before, because it's relatively simple to sort of fight through it. And it's definitely still very, very homoerotic from the random cutscenes in there. It's so weirdly bizarre because your character doesn't say anything. Like you pick some options to say I agree or I would like to go with this, but obviously it's not vocalized. He just doesn't say anything in the cutscenes. And then like you speak to one of the officers and they're like, I really think I know you know me so well and I can open myself up around you. And then it just the screen went black and then came back and goes, thank you, I needed that. What happened? What sort of weird shit is going on here?
Give him a good scene to.
Yes, thank you. You are a good friend. I feel like with you, I can be my very best. Like, this is so weird.
I want to be the very best, perhaps.
I want to be the very best.
But yeah, it's just so like on the edge, sort of romantic-y sounding kind of weird comments, but it's with every different officer. They all have that exact same sort of vibe with him. It's like he's a super magnet for everyone just opening themselves up and suddenly becoming interested in him. But yeah, other than that, it's still a great kind of fun game to play of that kind of series, and it's playing through obviously the historical wars in China, the different ways you can go, but it's rewriting history because you can pick the three different paths to go down. And I picked a slightly different path from how history went. Because history went with Cao Cao, the big general, and I went down one of the side paths. But there's two different paths I can go back to and do. But now that I've completed that one, I can move on to the next one. I can come back to that one and redo branches. So I'm not sort of, even though I've only completed like 200 of the 1,000 achievements, it's not one of those, I need to go back and do the rest of it because I'm not interested in achievements. I just wanted to complete the game and I did it.
Nice. Well, now you've completed the game, now you can move on to The Last of Us on PC, no? Carry on playing. Carry, yeah, I did. You've been suspiciously quiet about that since you bought it, and I'm like, maybe one day he'll mention it again.
Yeah.
Maybe one day.
Well, I was hoping I did get a chance to play it when I was on that breakaway, but there was literally not even a chance to get a moment's peace.
Yeah. Well, hopefully soon. But Dynasty Warriors Origins, good game. We can read your review on xboxtavern.com right now.
And it is completed. It's one of the chalked off the list.
Move off, get it off the list, and get something else on the go. Nice.
Yes.
All right. Excellent. Thank you very much. Ross, we'll go to you now quickly. And you've been playing a game.
Mine's are all quick hits.
Well, I'm hoping if one of them was quick, but this one, Tour de France 2025.
Yes.
Carry on. Tell me all about it.
So, perfect time of the year to sort of pick up and start playing it. The tour is in the end of the second week, so I've got a week left of the tour. I've played a few of the games throughout the series, and I've always had fairly big gripes for them. I don't want to go into too much detail on this because I've got a review coming on the YouTubes tomorrow.
Tomorrow?
Yes, it's rest day in the tour. I thought it was a perfect day to drop it. So anybody who's looking for their Tour de France fix, even though it's on the rest day, can jump over to Game and Tavern UK's YouTube channel and check out the Tour de France review. Beautiful, absolutely beautiful game. They've redone it in Unreal Engine, so it looks spectacular. Most of the teams have their actual jerseys and they've kitted it with the proper sponsors and things like that. A few of the teams have their bikes as well, so they've actually got the ones that are featured in the tour. Most of them have just generic white or black or red bikes that have got a random name spelled on the side of it. Nearly all the teams are correct, so for the cyclists among our listeners, NL's Grenadiers have got their normal people, Viz Melissa Bike have got theirs, Team UAE have got theirs. The only person that I've seen in the game, which is kind of disrespectful considering he's a Olympic gold medalist and world time trial champion, is Remco Evenepoel, who they don't actually have set up as a real person in game, but you can go in and like change his name properly so it reads all the right details and stuff like that. But apart from that, all the other rosters are fill up. You've got various different modes you can play, so you can do the full tour. You can do a couple of the other ones that are in there as well. So there's a couple of the lesser tours. You can do one-day stage events. So Strade Bianchi's there, the Paris-Roubaix. Trying to remember some of the other one-day events. Milan San Remo, I'm sure, is one of the other ones. Or you can do a sort of very similar to FIFA. You can do a build a pro. So you start off at like 40 rated, and then as you compete in more races, you level up to eventually compete in the tour. Or you can do sort of like a pro team version where you create your own team, work for sponsors, get better riders into your squad as you sort of level up through either the pros or up to like a world tour team, things like that. But no, I've enjoying it. It's you can make it as quick as short as you want. It's not something that you can sort of pick up and spend 5 minutes playing like a game of FIFA or a stage on like a driving game. It's very much a case of it's a sim game. So if you want to do a full stage controlling it, you could be 25, 30 minutes that you spend doing it, or you can fast forward to certain intervals in the stage. So most stages of a Grand Tour have like a sprint section. So if you're doing the team mode and you've got a sprinter, you can fast forward to a mile before the sprint stage to build up to try and get the sprint win. Then if there's a King of the Mountains part, you can fast forward to the bottom of the King of the Mountains and jump through the stage that way. Or if you want to be a sadist, you can literally just sit and manage your effort through the whole sort of stage as well. So I'll go into more detail during my review on the YouTubes, but so far very much enjoying it, and it's definitely been the best iteration of it so far that I've played.
Nice, very nice indeed. So have you been playing along with the real life Tour de France, like as they're doing their real events? You're like, oh, I'm going to play that today.
Yes, I have. That was kind of what I was hoping to like play it. I was going to stream like every live event, and then I thought that's going to take a fucking day and an age to do that. But no, I have been sort of trying to play the stages if and when they've done it. It's also sort of worked inside with my actual cycling. So I've focused on doing the stages as they come up on the tour. Not quite as exciting as watching some of these people do it, but I am getting quite a bit of enjoyment out of it.
Very nice indeed. Well, you can look forward to, as Ross said, on Gaming Tavern UK's YouTube channel tomorrow. His review for that will go live, and I look forward to seeing it as well and seeing what we think. Exciting stuff indeed. We've got more exciting stuff though. I'm sorry, Ross. We've got to jump in and tell you all about. I've got two things. Obviously, I'll get one of them and then we'll get back to the other one. I'm going to go with the game first because it's a very good game. I've reviewed a game called Eric's Home, The Stolen Dream, which came out a couple of days ago. It's an isometric stealth puzzle game, basically. It's set in it's got a very Dishonored vibe to it, although there's not quite as much magic and stuff going on as Dishonored, but it's fucking brilliant. If Clair Obscur Expedition 33, which we might have discussed once or twice, hadn't come out this year, this could very well be the front runner for Game of the Year for me personally. You play as Hannah on the screen now, and you also get two other characters later in the game, Alva and Sebastian. And when you get all three of them, they have different abilities. So Hannah has a blowpipe which she can shoot knockout darts with, or Alva can throw stones to distract guards, and Sebastian's big and strong and he can choke about and drag them around and stuff. And it's just about being put into like little combat, little sections, and trying to figure out the puzzle of it using stealth. So I can see Graham's already nodding off, but we'll keep going. But yeah, so effectively it is a puzzle game disguised as a stealth game. There's only one real right way to do each section, although you do get a little bit of agency in trying to use some of the powers later, or some of their abilities later on, in a little bit more freeform matter. But generally there is one right solution and that's about it. But it's trying to figure out the right order to do things in and the right characters to use at the right time. And yeah, I think it's fucking brilliant. It's not a long game. It took me like 12 hours or so to get through, and the opening can be a little bit slow while they're sort of tutorializing you, because Hannah's abilities, again, she got the blowpipe, but she doesn't get that until you get to the second section. So the first part is literally just trying to sneak around people without being seen. And then every now and then it'll pop up with a tooltip saying, Hannah can do this, so she can crawl through vents and hide okay, right, cool. And then later on you'll get another tooltip, and sometimes the characters themselves will give you the tooltip. They'll be like, you'll get to a section, they go, right, what I need to do is knock this guard out, then sneak around the other side and get to, and like, yeah, I figured that out, I just need to know how, like, let me figure out what I'm supposed to do. And then, later in the game, like one of them, Sebastian, he has to choke out a guard, and the obvious solution is what you've learned up until that point. But he literally says, I need Hannah to do this so that I can do this. And then Alva, no, I know. Just calm it. At least give me time to try and figure it out before you start telling me what I need to do. But that's here and there. The rest of it, they do let you get on with it yourself. And yeah, it's really, really enjoyable game. I played the demo on PC, or the early access demo on PC a few months ago, and they had a control scheme there where you sort of basically pointed and clicked where you wanted them to go, and then you could free move the camera around to sort of move other characters at the same time. And that's not quite possible on the console because you're limited to controller input. But other than that small little niggle, which I would have preferred to be able to use mouse and keyboard on the console as well. I think it's fucking brilliant. The story's quite interesting, goes some weird places, and it looks fucking stunning as well. Like the isometric stuff, it like I said, it's got like a Dishonored sort of vibe to it. But it looks tremendous. But the cutscenes, if you saw in the trailer just then, they use the Unreal Engine metahuman like technology. So they use them, and they honestly are some of the most realistic fucking human characters I've ever seen in a game.
I was just thinking that there was a bit where the red-headed lassie walks in and she's talking to, I presume it's like her mum or aunt or mother figure, and it was like, holy shit, like even the way like the eyes were working and the mouth, it looked fucking incredible. The cutscenes where they use that technology, it blew me away when I first played it on the PC. Like a very early, like the opening cutscene, Hannah sitting on a chair talking to her brother, who the whole sort of mystery revolves around because he disappears after he's apparently done something that the police are after him, and they're sitting there talking, and just the way she's sort of naturally, you could see like the little quirks in her face as she's talking and taking a piss out of him, having a little joke. Look, it's fucking tremendous, absolutely brilliant looking game. But the gameplay itself is a lot of fun. And like I said, if it wasn't for Clair Obscur, this probably would be my game of the year at the moment. So I'd highly recommend you go check it out if you want some sort of puzzle / stealth action game. Graham, I know you're interested. No, okay, right, move on from there.
You've had quite a lot of high praise for a lot of games this year, Jay. So it's going to be a.
There's been some fucking tremendous games this year. So if I was looking over my list, I played earlier this week when I finished Eric's Home, and I've got a fair few top contenders. Obviously, there's only one true winner at the moment, but there's a lot of very highly placed runner-ups at the minute. So. So we'll get to that again at the end of the year. But Eric's Home, you can go read my review right now on xboxtavern.com. If you're not so that way inclined, go play it. It's very, very good indeed. Especially as Pete, let's go back to you, because you've been playing a game that really isn't up my fucking street. And I want to know how far you've got and whether you think it's better than Clair Obscur, Explicit Free, and pick your answer wisely.
Well, I was going to play this before Clair Obscur. I think I mentioned it before, but I was like, the 100 hour was like, the 100-hour bit was like, well, do you know what? I've just played Rebirth, which was 100 hours. Do I really want to play another 100-hour game? The answer was yes, but I resisted. But I've been looking forward to playing this all year because I was very late comer to the original game. I only played it in like January, February this year. Absolutely loved it. Once I got around the combat and stuff, and this, I haven't got too far. I basically just got out of I played through the prologue again. I'm now kind of free to explore. Obviously, I'm very weak and got no clothing. Obviously, I was a bit worried about how they would, because obviously at the end of game one, you're obviously strong and you're a good old knight or whatever. And I'm like, well, how are they gonna manage you being rubbish again? And they've done it in quite a good way in terms of like you get attacked and you have an injury, and it's they've done it quite well in terms of right, you've got to build up your strength again. So I like the way they've kind of done it rather than going, by the way, in this game you're starting from zero for no reason. So they've done that really well. Once again, voice acting on point, everything looks pretty good, story set up to do really well. I'm looking forward to kind of diving in. Again, I haven't played too much, but I think this, if it's as good as number one, this will probably be my game of the year if I enjoy it as much as I did number one. So just put it out there to be a bit different to everyone else.
Well, I mean, it has got a lot of love elsewhere. It seems to be just me.
I know
that
Graham
like
liked it as well. So.
Yeah, this is one of the ones I need to go back and finish. So
just like all the other games you haven't finished, Dan.
Yes.
So have you met the old lady yet, Pete? That lets
at the camp?
Yeah, that lets you rest in a abode.
With hands at the start of the game?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very beginning of the game.
I didn't know for how quite. Yeah, so
yeah. So I've done
that was the point where I was like, no, I've had enough of this.
I've been in the stockade bit after the pub fight. I've spoken to the beggar, and now I've been exploring the map a little bit before I continue with any quests. But yeah, I took that bit. I was just getting ready. I was just practicing my alchemy again, and I just randomly unlocked a perk. I was like, yay! So that's the thing with this game. Like the thing with this game is like in number one, I don't think you can do it in number two, but in number one, if you picked like 100 poison nettles, after you picked 100, you got like an immunity towards poison, so it kind of helped you and whatever. And in this one, I think I made like nine like great superior potions, wherever it was, and you get like an unlock like lab desk perk, so it gives you a bonus to how good your potions are. I'm like, yeah, that'll do. Yeah. It sets me up nicely. So yeah, and the combat is a little bit different because in number one you could just stab by pressing right bumper, and then you had like the up, down, left, right. Well, up, down, left, right. Whereas this one, it's up, left, right, and down is actually the stab. So that might take a bit of getting used to because I usually just start my combos with stabbing and then go and stab left, right, whatever. But I don't think
you need to learn the master's riposte on that one. That will help you out quite a lot.
Yeah, I've got the guy on my map, whatever Sir Tommy or whatever his name was.
Yeah.
I've got him on my map to go and visit, but I'm going to go find a few bits, explore because because on this game obviously you've got the you can throw stones on this one. Well, number one, you couldn't throw stones, whereas this one you can crouch and throw stones, can't you, to distract or knock down bird's nest. Whereas on number one, the only way you could get to bird nest was shooting it with an arrow, which was horrible because the archery in number one was awful.
I wouldn't say the throwing stones is a lot better because the camera angle screws you up.
It makes it really hard to fucking
it's
throw.
It's better than using ammo.
It is better than using ammo. You're right there.
But yeah, no, I'm definitely looking forward to cracking on. Depending on how late we finish tonight, I might jump back in tonight. And then this will be me for the next month playing this game, I reckon, because a 100-hour game is, fair
enough. Well, I hope you enjoy it. Like I said, lots of people did enjoy it. It just rubbed me up the wrong way, something rotten. And I can see why people would like it.
Or what?
Just everything about it. Just everything about it. Like I said, I can see why people would get into it. And perhaps 10 years ago, I might have got into it. But I just had no patience for it at all. It was slow and tedious and frustrating. And
I've never enjoyed those games like is it Daisy or Days Gone where you have to manage your hunger and everything. Yeah. Like
Daisy.
this one isn't too bad. Like once you have
it's very very light.
Yeah, and very early on, like one of the first perks I earned was like you last longer without having to eat. Oh, great, there you go. So I'm no longer hungry every 5 minutes. And what I've noticed as well, actually, the couple of camps I found around the map, the pot isn't full. In number one, when you found all the camps on the road, there was a full pot of food, so you could like replenish your nourishment. On this one, the first couple I've seen, I was like, oh look, the pot's not full. They've changed that. So I think food could be a bit more of a challenge, but it's quite easy to go to a tavern and sneak out back and nick a spoon. So
I never touched anyone's food because everyone accused me of stealing it every time I did that.
Well, that's what I mean. Like it'll be a stealth mission to go out, right, I'm going to sneak in there and wait for you to leave the room, and I'm going, yep, done.
It's so easy to come by food. It's not even necessary.
Oh, I know. Yeah,
just drinking enough potions gives you food and stuff as well.
And they've added things like on number one. So when you picked the flowers like the dandelions and whatever on number one, they didn't expire. But there's number two is they degrade as well.
Degrade,
yeah. So you got to use
you can't get good potions with them.
Yeah. So yeah, I'm definitely obviously long-winded way. So yes, I'm very much looking forward to playing more of Kingdom Come Deliverance 2.
Good. Well, like I said, I hope you enjoy it a lot more than I did. Seems like you're already on your way, so you're off to a good start. Nice. Okay. Well, you can go read my review should you so wish to. I was pretty lenient, really, considering how much I really didn't want to play it. But again, I looked at it as a whole rather than just my personal. Not enjoying it at all. But anyway, a game we did enjoy. We all enjoyed actually playing in various times over the last month or two is Rematch. Graham, you been playing a bit more Rematch?
I have. I've got a lot more Rematch.
Green's got hooked.
I am well and truly hooked. I haven't even played FIFA at all. It's because I've been playing this a lot. Yeah, it's just awesome fun. It's infuriating at times when you get put with people that just barely know the basics or just refuse to stay in goal, or the opposite, they just stay in goal, just rooted to the spot and don't come to claim for anything. But it's good. You can see in how everyone's kind of approving at a certain kind of rate. You can't just sort of as Ian got away with it before, just shooting near post and get away with it every time. You just got to keep them guessing. And there's a lot of different kind of new techniques. I know we did a lot of rebounding off the wall to allow the other one to strike, but goalies are definitely smartening up to things like that. And sometimes people are just passing it into the net if you kind of get it at the just right thing. There's like 4 or 5 different techniques you can use to try to score to keep the goalies kind of guessing. And yeah, it's good. Sort of, I've been trying my guts out in the ranked ones to get higher than sort of the gold division 2, but it seems every time I go into that division, I'm just put with like the worst bunch. And it's not like just like blowing my own trumpet. It's just like when you get to the end, you get your scores at the end, as well as first win of the day, of course.
Yeah,
obviously.
Naturally, yeah.
But I end up in like 10,000 points, and everyone else is either on like 4,000, 5,000. So I can't do anything. If this is every time I lose, I'm like trying to get my team back into it, clawing my way through, but I can't do both staying back and defending and scoring. Sort of,
but why, Gray? Why, Gray?
Yeah, why can't you do everything? Come on.
Because on the 5-a-side, the pitches are much bigger than the 3-a-side ones.
If you were
don't give us fucking excuses. Don't give us excuses.
But no one defends. That's the thing. You either get someone that just don't like to defend, and then you just leave your goalie exposed constantly.
Do you know what, Ross?
What?
I feel like he's got a very simple solution to this problem of people not playing ball with him. I mean, you could always ask us to play with him, and then,
I mean that would work as well. Yeah,
we could join up team. You know, we'd have someone to blame then. Definitely.
Obviously, Gray just thinks Gray obviously just thinks we're worse than the randoms. That's all it is.
Well, pretty much.
Yeah. That's what I'm hearing, Gray. Yeah,
he's done his Project Game Pass for us. He's seen the level of standard, and he's went, "Fuck that."
I don't blame him. I mean, I scored an own goal from the halfway line via scissor kick, so I don't blame him for not including it.
Some randoms, even at your worst, you're better than some randoms. You'll either do like the worst bit of like goalkeeping and then just quit out, so you're even left with one player less as well, trying to turn it around.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, the fun thing is that you see online and social media is like people trying to invent new moves and give their own names to them. So you got the blade shot where you just set yourself up with a bicycle kick by just chipping it up in the air and sprint into it.
Yeah.
And then you've got your ippy slide where you turn and then you just spin the opposite direction, and then you kind of get an edge of like dribbling past the other player, and then people keep trying to invent new different kind of sneaky ways of on. But it's just one of those ones you can just literally just pick up and play, and you're in playing within like 2 minutes, and you're in a game. And yeah, I mean, sometimes I like to do like the quick 3-on-3s, and sometimes you get thrown into a game where you're 2-0 down, and you just got to try and sort of claw it back.
Yeah,
it's like a bit of a challenge, and it's good fun. I'm definitely kind of hooked, but it's just a lack of other kind of options. There's no like tournament things to go in or easier ways to team up, or like on like other kind of skill-based games, you kind of see like the rank of your colleagues, so you can kind of see how good they kind of are or what their kind of levels are.
How they've played, yeah.
Or just that, and if someone quits out of the game, it should come up with an option like, do you want to block this player so you don't play with them again, so you don't keep getting bundled in with these people that just keep quitting out early on.
Yeah,
and then. And they need to change the phrases. There's so much passive aggression in there. As soon as someone like,
thanks,
thanks and good job. If you kind of fluff up the goalkeeper, and everyone throws the good job at you, and then it just counters it. If they sort of make an attack and they lose the ball, everyone starts throwing the good jobs back at them again. It's just you just need a couple more stock phrases just to
much
make it more interesting. But Jay changed the mould when he kept apologising every time he scored.
Damn right. Damn right.
Yeah, sorry.
Didn't mean my fault.
Sorry. Yeah, that's right. Sorry, I didn't mean to score. Sorry.
But
I still do it. Every now and then I have had a couple of games on my own at like stupid o'clock in the morning, and every time, sorry, my fault.
Yeah.
Anyway, you enjoyed it.
Play with kind of people or at least friends or people on the same sort of wavelength as you. You always get your mavericks that kind of ruin the fun. So if you're running up a side of, all the way to the goal, and then they just take a single shot. They don't even use you, and so you just leave your goalie just completely exposed. Because there's nothing that is that I'm going to go for a shot kind of thing. He's like, okay, if he's not going to pass to me, I better fuck off back and defend because if he's passed this,
Yeah.
there just needs to be a couple of other phrases to help with people that don't want to just go on mic and talk to random people. It's like even when you don't, you get like loudspeakers of people talking down there. I've got someone blasting Shakira down the microphone.
Hips don't lie.
No, it wasn't that one. It's the Africa song Waka Waka. That one.
Africa.
Got whack. Hey. Yeah.
But he was just cracking up. He was loving the fact he was blasting that down the microphone, saying, "Come on, get in the spirit." So a bit different, and then every now and then you get a random French or German guy just. I don't know what it is about. Whenever I come up with a French or German, they're always so close to the microphone, like they're just talking into it, like blah, 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 just aggressively loud feedback into it. They were just like a normal level microphone, but
they're excited to be playing with you. They're excited to be playing some rematch.
But yeah, but still enjoying it. As well, at least had at least one game every day so far. It's just great fun.
Oh, good. I'm glad you're enjoying it. Like I said, I'm up for definitely getting together again as a foursome or fivesome or whatever and playing some more at some point. Just send a message. Yeah. Anyone about? Sorry, can't make it. My fault. Look forward to playing some more at some point soon. And you can go read Graham's rematch review on xboxtavern.com should you so wish right now as well. Already up there, go for it. And you can watch the videos we've been playing while we've been talking about his old Project Game Pass stream for was it June?
Yes.
Yeah. Which we played for several hours. So you can go watch that as well should you so wish to do so. Nice. All right, Ross.
It's the quick hits. I told you, I've got quick hits on both.
I'm loath to do this, but go on, knock them both out of the park. Go on, and then I'll get onto my last thing.
So the FM one is literally just a wee quick story. It's nothing about anything drastic. Bristol Rovers have been promoted to the Premier League.
Ooh.
So we now have both Bristol teams in the Premier League.
Bristol Derby.
However, something in the world has went very wrong. Because we have just finished the summer transfer window. I put it out to the group. How much have Bristol Rovers, the team that's just been promoted, that's not controlled by my good friend Graham, have they spent in the transfer window? Jay?
2 pints of lager and a packet of crisps.
Gray?
500 million.
Pete?
I was going to go close to Gray because listening to previous podcasts where you talked about pressing coming up and spending a lot. So I'm going to go 1.2 billion.
And still Pete is the closest. 2.3 billion pounds they have spent in this transfer window. Where the fuck it's came from? We don't know.
Have you juiced up the league sponsorship or something?
No, we haven't done because we're not getting the fucking money.
I mean, the championship might be juiced, you know.
No, because every fucking club in the Premier League, other than us, is spending like Man United just spent 233 million on a striker from Everton.
Wow.
It's like we're sitting there like, I've made a good investment here. I've spent 45 million on an 18-year-old. I feel like he's one for the future. I can see the potential there. 280 million on a fucking 17-year-old who's played 3 league games in his career. You're just like, we're sitting there like, what the fuck is going on in this world? It's absolutely fucking mental. So we've been continuing on with our drafts. We're now getting to the point of the game where the repetition is gone. I won the Champions League 2 years ago, and in the last Champions League, and in the I don't want to misspeak, the Carabao Cup final, my mate Graham got bet on penalties against Man United. So the teams around us are now starting to like really push us. Graham's had quite a few undefeated seasons, and usually if he loses, it's near the tail end of the season because he's like, I've won the league.
Let's get complacent, yeah.
I can start playing the Waynes. He's lost a game already, and we're only 5 games into the league season. So it's starting to get like, a lot better. So we're starting to reduce the restrictions on who we can and cannot sign. So in like a 3-year window, we're allowed to sign 3 draft players. So like 1 a year, instead of just being able to go, right, we want you. But they have to have been in the game a full year before we can sign them. So we can't like draft them on the Monday and then sign them on the Tuesday because they're only 15-year-old and they haven't had time to get expensive. So we need to give them a full year in the game before we can decide to sign them. But no, the some of the teams that are getting like bolstered by this draft and money that they're getting, like Germany, Nuremberg are currently the current champions. Bayern Munich have been knocked off their perch. Lorient and France are the current French champions. Spain are still the big two. They are sort of holding their own just now, but like Germany and France have changed quite a bit. Scotland, it's still Celtic and Rangers. Try to think who the other leagues we've just Italy's fucking pick.
I mean, to be fair, you got 10 good teams that win it every year anyway. So.
Yeah, Italy's just a crapshoot. It's usually one of the Milan teams, but there's quite a few good teams in Italy, and we've just introduced the Dutch, Portuguese, and Brazilian leagues into the game as well. So we've got a bigger pool of players to try and find the undrafted 15, 16-year-olds so we can actually have a chance at building the next generation of teams.
Nice.
There you go. I kept that under, 2 minutes?
I was just thinking, I'm sure he said quick here, but maybe that's just me.
I mean, it's going to be worse when Football Manager 26 comes out, because I've seen Pete's good friend Zealand, seen he's been featured in his videos. Yep. He had put out a thing for like FM memes, and it's going to be really fucked up in Football Manager 26, where like you've sent a scout out to go and research, and they're introducing women into this year. Yeah. So you're going to have to like put out saying
15-year-old girls,
15-year-old girls with good ball handling.
Yeah,
it's not something you maybe want to Google.
Let's get the files out of the way first, and then we
So yeah, it's going to be interesting when we start introducing the
Yes. Okay. All right. Well, we'll swiftly move on from that from that minefield. And tell me, you've been playing a bit more of The Witcher as well. Apparently, Witcher 3.
I have. Yeah. So
a very good game.
The Witcher 4 trailer has obviously got me back into the world. GameSpot put it on the head there. One of the best games ever made. It's probably, in fact, there's no probably about it. It is my favorite game of all time. I can't remember what I got the itch for. I genuinely think I was flicking through YouTube Music and Priscilla's song came on, and I was like, oh man, talking of games with great soundtracks, Witcher 3 is fucking incredible. Doesn't have a lot of singing in it, but just the music is outstanding. I thought, I'll stick it on the download. So I thought, right, where can I see if I've got like a cheap copy of it somewhere? I thought, I just stick it on the Xbox, so I've got the complete edition. I thought, I really want to like hit it hard with the PC, see how beautiful I can make the game. So I thought I picked up a wee code for the complete edition that comes with like the Netflix stuff added to it, so you get like different armor and stuff like that. And then on the Nexus mods, seeing what I can get, and installed some sort of quality of life mods, voice mods where there's like broken text and stuff like that. A couple of not cheats as such, but like wee things that just make the game a wee bit faster. And then booted it up, and then got to Kaer Morhen, and that's where I put the pictures in the chat and just looked out over the vista of the valley, and I'm like, I mean, this game is how old now? And I get it's been updated and modded and 4Ks and shit like this, but even going back to the vanilla version, I remember looking at that same part in the game going, this game is absolutely breathtaking. So stunning. The different biomes you got, like Velen, where it's rundown and war-torn, and Henty Oxenfurt. Then when you get to the DLCs and you got places like Toussaint, which looks like it's straight out of a Disney film, it's just there's not one thing about this game that I can fault.
So enjoying it again, then basically.
I fell in love with it all over again. I'm about to lose another fucking 150 hours of my life into this game.
Yeah, I wanted to love it, but I couldn't. I was just bored. There were so many go fetch questions. I was like, I can't keep doing this, and I just gave up.
If you can get out of Velen.
Well, that's the thing. I reckon I put a good 20, 30 hours into it,
But were you out of Velen?
I think so, yeah. I went to wasn't a horse race. I think it was a dueling place. I think I went there to go and find someone. And I was like, no, you got to go. He's over there. Okay, I'll go find him. No, he's over there. Go find him. No, he's over there. For fuck's sake. Like, I like the concept that you got swords and you fight one sword for humans, one sword for demons. But for whatever reason, it just didn't click with me.
It's a good song as well. Steel for humans, silver for monsters.
When I very first played it, I bought it when it came out because I'd never really known The Witcher. And the Xbox One version originally was fucking dreadful. It ran like shit. And after about 5 hours, I was like, I'm not doing this. It's making me feel ill while playing this. And then eventually they fixed it. I went back and played it. I did enjoy it, but I wouldn't say it's something I would ever be interested in playing again. Gray, you enjoyed it quite a bit, though, I think, didn't you?
No, I smashed through this one. It was a great game. Probably didn't sort of like it to Ross's kind of level, but it was definitely a solid game to kind of play through and lots of different choices. I think it was part of the combat that just drove me nuts because you got the vexes or hexes, whatever it is, and the different potions that you can
I didn't bother
try
with
and
that.
get through. I think that was my only kind of minor irk with it. It took a while to sort of master the combat side of things, but other than that, sort of the story was awesome from it. But yeah, and there was lot of humor in it as well, which sort of makes it a bit more enjoyable because it's so serious for a lot of it, and then you get those random sort of comedy elements to sort of bring it round again.
Yeah. And as ever, the wind is howling. So
wind is howling. I think the reason that got me so hyped up is because The Witcher 2 was beautiful for the age of it, but I had sort of played Witcher 2 and then jumped into the books, so I've read all the books, then the little side spin-off books and things like that as well. So the world building and the lore things behind it, it's such an impressive piece of literature, gaming, whatever you want. The whole umbrella of it, and then Netflix came along and shat it a wee bit, but still.
Yeah. Well, the first couple of seasons were alright, weren't they? I think.
The thing is, it's going to come off, and I probably the least woke person in history. I don't really care about shit unless it works. Hence, like Hunter Schafer as Zelda just made sense because she looks like her. And who cares if she's trans? She's not male anymore. Whatever. But they completely changed the cast of Witcher for Netflix. Like a lot, especially when you think Yennefer being the big one, and Anna Charlotte made a great job of it. She plays the character really well in regards to what you expect from Yen, but Yen's description is sort of like ebony and ivory. She's got the jet black hair next to like porcelain white skin, and that is what Yen is. And then they sort of done an injustice with that. People like Fringilla Vigo in the TV series is regarded as one of the most beautiful people on the continent. And again, didn't aim for that. And obviously beauty's an eye of holder and shit like that. But they just strayed too far away from, especially for the fact that the games in the TV series, the games in the books, try and stick to as close to it as possible, even though the books, the games have nothing to do with the books. They at least try and keep the people the same. And then Netflix just, for me, went too far away from what the Witcher should be.
That's why Henry Cavill left, right? Because
especially when you think it's Slavic, it's not world diverse. It's very much meant to be Slavic mythology. So again, not saying that people of different ethnicities or things like that shouldn't play certain characters, but when there is such a history of it, if it's not broke, don't fix it.
But I had Henry Cavill going every now and then and growling and saying, "Whoa, wind!"
In season 1, he did,
wind. I enjoyed the first.
Too bad of a job of him being.
Yeah, I enjoyed the first couple of seasons. I didn't like. Is it season 3 was the last one, or season 4?
The last season with Cavill was 3, yes.
Yeah, I didn't really like that one so much, and I haven't watched anything since. Isn't there one? Is it something Hemsworth?
Liam
Hemsworth. Yeah,
one of the three brothers that only one knows the actual proper brother.
Yeah. So I'm not massively interested in catching up with the rest of it. But the game, like you said, is very, very good. Obviously, for you, even more enjoyable than perhaps other better games. But that's not the point. That's
other better games.
The eyebrow raise there. Yeah, Resident Evil 2 and all that. Anyway, let's move on from there. So, anyway, right. I've got one more thing to talk about, then we can get into the pluggles and the news and stuff. And lads, look, show and tell time. Hang on, bear with me. I have to crouch down. It's all the way on the floor. Oh, there we go. Right. So, finally, after many, many years of wanting one, I was lucky enough to get hold of the Sinden light gun. Lads, it's a light gun. It works on regular screens, not CRTs. I don't have to keep my big bolty...
It doesn't use light anymore. Can it still be called a light gun?
Oh, wow, this is a good question. So it's probably backwards on the Sinden light gun. So effectively...
Oh, it doesn't even move!
What do you mean it doesn't even move? What doesn't move?
I want my Time Crisis gun where it's like every time I fire a shot.
You can get a recoil version, but that's the version that they sent me was just a bog standard one, which is more than good enough for my use. So basically this is a light gun that will work on any screen you like. It's PC only. Well, you can use it on a PS2, I think, as well, but it requires some modding to machines, which I'm not even going to attempt to do, quite frankly. But yeah, PC mainly based, and how it works is it puts a thin white border around your screen, and it uses some very clever stuff inside of this with the camera that's tracking the screen and the software you have to load up while you're playing games. Basically, it acts as a mouse cursor. So while you're in Windows in general, you can aim the mouse with this and click the fire button to click the left mouse. Not the ideal way of navigating Windows, I must admit.
Taking that into the office like this.
Yeah, What are you doing? I'm just working.
Using the virtual keyboard, and just typing out by shooting letters on the
it's not the ideal way of navigating. I will admit. But when it comes to playing games, this thing is a fucking beast. It works exactly as you would expect it to, like a CRT one would, or the old arcade ones would. You point, you shoot, and it's basically pinpoint accuracy out of the box. There's a couple of calibration tools you can use if you need to, but I haven't needed to use any of them so far. It's been spot on every single time. There's a lot of games on Steam, a surprising amount of games on Steam actually, that will work with it out of the box, like House of the Dead Overkill, which I was playing earlier on, the House of the Dead remake. There's some other sort of indie made games. One of the games that they recommend you test as a setup is a game called Dead Containment, which is a light gun game, which I think is in early access, but they seem to have stopped making it. It's got 2 levels, and it's quite fun actually. I'd quite like to see the rest, if there's more to it. But as I understand, like I said, I think they stopped development. Setting up is a piece of piss. You literally download this software, install it, run it, and then you select your light gun from the options on the screen, press the start button, and then away you go. You can use it to play light gun games as you want to do. Obviously, if you've got some very legally owned and imported ROMs that you already own in your collection, and you haven't asked Google from where you can find them, I don't know where you could possibly find them from.
Nope.
You can play any of them as well. Some emulators are a little harder to set up than others. I've had quite a lot of success with one, whereas the other one that I've been trying, not so much at the minute. But again, that's my fault more than anything else, because it requires the time to sort of sit down and read through the instructions and stuff, and I just haven't had that time at the minute. But the ones I have had the time to do, it works fucking flawlessly. I played through the entirety of the original House of the Dead the other day on my own, and what a game that is. I had a great time. I didn't do as well as I remember I used to do back in the day, but I did pretty well still. I remember most of the beats of where enemies would pop up and stuff. Virtual Cop as well. I'm never traditionally a massive fan of Virtual Cop, but it's quite fun to play with this. It works, like I said, on any screen. So I've played it on my laptop screen, played it on a little monitor I got up here, and my whacking great 65-inch TV over there. It's like being in your own arcade at home. It's tremendous.
So what I'm hearing is blah 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 blah. Haven't tried it on Time Crisis, even though it's a superior game. blah, 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 blah.
So, 2 points on that. There's a fan has made their own game called Time Crisis Training, which works again perfectly. They've made it for this, so you can download that and play it, and it's basically like a target range, but it looks and sounds exactly like Time Crisis. That I played that earlier on. It's lots of fun. The original Time Crisis, which legally distinct only, blah blah blah, etc. I tried to play, but that's one of the ones I'm having a bit of trouble setting up because it requires the particular emulator that you need to use to be set up in a certain way, and I just haven't had time to set it up properly yet. But I'm also not really bothered because I just want to play House of Dead, which I've been able to do.
So, question: how does it work in regards to the hide?
When in Time Crisis,
just in general, because in House of the Dead, do you hide as well?
No, you don't hide in House of Dead. No.
Oh, okay.
So this gun is, as you can see, it's got buttons on both sides. It's got a D-pad on this side as well, and it's got the little slidey doodad at the bottom. And
is that for reloading?
It can be customized to whatever you want. So for House of Dead, for example, that does reload, or you can shoot off the screen like a proper person. You can set the buttons up to do whatever they do, and they basically emulate buttons like the left and right click on a mouse, the middle click, the keyboard buttons, whatever. You can customize them to be whatever you need. And again, depending on what game you're playing, they'll perform different functions and that. The software itself, like I said, there's two versions. There's an old version of the software and a newer version. The newer one I had some trouble running. It's quite laggy. I don't know if it's just my laptop or if it's not quite optimized yet. So I went back to the older version and runs without a problem. And yeah, it's tremendous. I can't, if you're into light gun games at all, even if you've only got one light gun game you want to play desperately, I can't recommend this enough. As long as you spend the time to set up the programs that you need to set up properly. Yeah, like I said, everything I've tried apart from one particular emulator, which I'm having a bit of issue with because I can't be bothered to sit there and read it in a minute. Yeah, it's almost plug and play. The white border itself, you can either have widescreen or 4:3, depending on what the game you're playing, you need it for. And yeah, it works from any angle, from almost any distance.
Did you play point blank?
Again, no, because that's in the emulator.
You're not selling this to me.
Legally, but if to someone like you, who's probably a bit more technically savvy than me, you probably had to set that up quite quickly. But all I wanted to play was House of Dead, and I managed to set up House of Dead, so I'm happy. I will explore some of the other ones.
That's like the same with the totally legal ROMs and emulators that we may or may not be mentioning in the Junsei podcast. I just wanted them for all the Pokemon games that I've already played and completed and have my perfect squads for. But I wanted to go back and play them again, and I wanted to do them on a nicer, bigger screen that was on a handheld that I could play like this. But I probably should be using it for more than just Pokemon Yellow. Which is 2D pixelated, no color. But it's what makes me fucking happy, okay?
Exactly. And the good thing about this is that the website itself, it's got all the stuff like the program you need to set the gun up. But then there's a Discord and a wiki as well, which will help you set up said emulators and all that sort of stuff. Obviously, it won't direct you to where you can find certain things perhaps that you should be finding for reasons, but there's lots of very helpful people out there helping you set everything up. And again, it feels really weight. It's got a nice sort of weight to it.
Heft it.
Click of the L triggers, perfect. And again, like the accuracy, because it basically emulates the mouse cursor. It's basically 1-to-1. You're going to have very little issues, at least in my experience of it, drifting or not aiming correctly. No matter what screen you're playing on. And
I mean, if G can hit the target, then
I'll tell you what, I've got a fucking cracking shot with this in House of Dead. As I said, playing House of Dead Overkill earlier on. I haven't played it since on the Wii with the fucking Wii remote, and it's so much better with this. And then obviously House of Dead Remake is on Steam. House of Dead 2 Remake's coming out in a couple of weeks, which is the impetus for me getting hold of one of these. They were very kind to send us over naturally. But
wasn't there Resident Evil one, the Umbrella Chronicles?
The Umbrella Chronicles and Darkside Chronicles, which I've got on the Wii upstairs, but I haven't ported them over to my laptop just yet in a very legally distinct way. But that's something else I need to try and figure out at some point. But at the minute, I'm happy I can play the original House of Dead again, which is one of my favourite light gun games. Well, it is my favourite light gun game of all time. And I can play the very legally distinct arcade version, which I definitely own at home. So great game. great bit of kit. It's really, really impressive, and it's nice to have something backlit because obviously you can't use the original light guns anymore. PDP Mars was the last one which came out on the Xbox 4 years ago, and they released 3 games, one of which was good, and then they just never talked about it again. So yeah. In fact, I was writing my sort of script because I'm going to do a video on this on the YouTube channel, and I was thinking back on when we went to a PDP event again, probably 4 years ago, maybe 5 years ago at this point. And I was talking to them about their light gun. I was like, I'm really excited to play because I really love light gun games. And they looked at me like, "What the fuck are you on about? How do you know about this gun?" I was like, "But they've sent me one. I've got it." And, "No, what? How have you got?" So to show the lack of interest in that gun, even the people in the UK were like, "What are you talking about? Why have you got this?" Because I asked. Anyway, it's very good. I can't recommend it enough if you're into light gun games. You can do 2-player. I've only got one at the minute, but I would be tempted to pick up another one, to be honest. But it obviously requires someone to play with you. So I've got no one to play with. So unless I could be like that guy on Games Master who tried the Virtual Cop Challenge and 2 guns, no hits, and he failed drastically. But
like I could go through the effort of setting up like an emulator and buy like the gun that Jay's got, or Argos are currently selling.
Argos do have that Time Crisis machine for 700 quid.
That.
Yeah, which I don't know. I've no validity on that and how well it works. I imagine it's good for 700 quid. You'd hope it's fucking good.
Well, if we come to the podcast next week and there's just this TV's not there, and that it's just a Time Crisis deal.
The thing with this gun as well, you can buy a pedal to go with it, so you can play Time Crisis.
Why have you not got a pedal?
Again, because they were very kind to send me the gun. I'm not going to take their bits and be like, "Oh, actually, I want everything. Send me."
Come on.
You get that. Like I said, this one's 90 quid. The recoil one's 130, I think, and then the pedal is something like 150 as well. So it's not cheap to get into if you want to get the full shebang. But I've seen some really awesome builds where people have like built arcade cabinets themselves and then put their legally distinct ROMs in them, and then they can go through and play them on a nice screen and stuff. And it looks really. I'm not going to do that because I haven't got time and/or money and/or expertise to do so. But yeah, for what I wanted it for, which is to play House of the Dead and House of the Dead remake and House of the Dead 2 remake. It works fucking perfectly. So yes, please and thank you.
I think rather than investing in that, maybe pay for Graham's electricity bill so we can turn some lights on.
See, if you were playing House of Dead, now you could have the flash, and every time you shoot the gun, it flashes and light it up for you. Although, again, there's the ingenuity of the community. There's patches and stuff to remove the flash, to get rid of the cursor, and it's such good fun playing the old games as intended.
Yeah, I just saw
and the new games
on Graham's screen. I was like, yeah, it's so long and it's turned off.
Yes. Anyway, right, that's enough. Like I said, I'll be doing a video review / show off of the Sinden at some point in the next week or so, hopefully, once I've got some time. So look out for that. I look forward to telling you all about how much more how I love it. Right, that'll do. Anyway, we've got stuff to get on with. We've got places to go and beds to get to. So, Ross,
yes, sir.
Hit me up with some well-deserved pluggers, please.
Some pluggers? We are now YouTube partners, so if you would like to show support for the show, you can do so starting at 99p per month, which will give you access to our After Dark shows, custom emojis, and more. You can also find the show on Apple and Spotify podcasts. Any feedback is greatly appreciated. We also have an affiliate link with people over at CD Keys, so if you're looking to pick up the latest games at the best prices, you can also help the show in that way. As you'll notice at the bottom of the screen, we have our handles for all major social networking sites. If you want to challenge the hosts at guessthee.game, join us over in Discord and see how you stack up. And last but by no means least, for the very best gaming apparel, jump over to Insert Coin Clothing and use promo code ICXBT24 for 10% off orders over £50. And back to you, Jay.
Nice. Oh, good bit of plugging. Like a good bit of plugging. Do you enjoy that, Pete? You haven't been plugged for a while?
Yeah. I mean, I've been listening to
guest plug.
Nice. Okay. Right. Well, we've been going quite long talking about all the wonderful games we've been playing, including Claire Exposition 33. So before we carry on talking about that, let's talk about some news. We're going to get through a couple very relatively quickly, easy for me to say, including Microsoft Movies and TVs is officially ending. So we had a quick discussion about this in our excuse me, in our WhatsApp group the other day. But so Microsoft have decided to shutter its movies and TV service effective immediately. 3 days ago. So you can no longer buy movies and or TV shows. Some of us were like, "What? Who did that anyway?" And some of us like, "Me."
Yeah.
I bought some.
Yeah.
So yeah, I bought. I think Jay and Silent Bob. Clerks 3. I bought on there, and a few Dragon Ball Z films and stuff. I think. Pete, you said you picked up a few things on there before.
Yeah, I had most Dragon Ball Z films on there. I think for my birthday last year, I managed to get all 6 extended editions of Lord of the Rings for like 25 quid. I got like 6 horror movies for £5. There were some great deals in there because I know you can buy stuff from like Amazon, but there's not really a lot where you can buy digital movies and just have it all in kind of one place. So it was like a convenient place to kind of there was just a nice place to have it all just in one place, ready to go. And if I wanted to watch it upstairs, I could log into my profile and do it there. Or if George wanted to watch George bought the Meg and the Meg 2, so that's on there if he wants to watch it. So, and I was really surprised to see it go down. I thought it might have been like a licensing issue at first, but you'd usually get a warning that this thing's going to stop. For it all to just suddenly go dead.
Bye.
Yeah, was a bit of a mystery.
So you can still watch stuff you have bought already, but effective immediately. Like I said the other day, they weren't selling anything else. Like I said, Gray, me and you watched when we watched Clerks 3. That's what we watched it on. I bought it on the Xbox. And I have found in the past it's been hit and miss to the quality. Like sometimes the player wouldn't work, or the resolution would be shit, or you'd try and rewind it and it'd crash, or some some sort of nonsense. And they never seemed to get a lot of love. It was certainly no Amazon or Netflix or I don't know, fucking YouTube or Roku or whatever. But as Pete said, there were lots of decent deals on there a lot of the time. Pick up good films for a couple of quid here and there. Ross, did you pick up anything before? No, did you even ever bother looking at it? Probably not. No, Gray, did you even look at the Microsoft movies and TV?
I did, but I mean, I don't consume my movies that way. Put it that way. Yeah. I mean, once it's kind of streaming,
that's the thing with like the consoles, and I get why they have to offer the ability to do streaming and things like that. But with 90% of TVs coming out nowadays, they have that all to touch a button. So the next generation of consoles, why do we need to have the ability to install Netflix or Amazon Prime or whatever it may be? And yeah, it's convenient that you could just jump from playing a game to straight into Netflix and stuff like that. But I never viewed my console as like a media hub for watching films or TV series. I would just press the button for whatever I need to watch.
Yeah, I mean, I used to use Sky sometimes to buy movies if they had deals. But then the problem is, as soon as if you kind of end your Sky account and go somewhere else because it's cheaper, you lose all your movies. Yeah. Even if you come back, you don't get access to it again. So
I'm kind of hoping Microsoft don't pull that.
That's why you can buy stuff on Amazon Prime. I'm like, well, if we suddenly don't have Amazon Prime anymore, I'm not going to be able to access my movies. Whereas on Xbox, it's like I'm always going to have an Xbox Live account. It's always going to be there ready for me to watch if I want to. Because a lot of it was mainly like nostalgia stuff. A lot of movies that just get forgotten in the past. The big movies you can watch anyway, can't you? But it's the forgotten movies that you used to love. Oh yeah, that's a great movie. I want to love those. You just want to preserve it a little bit more.
Yeah, I think as well, as Ross said a second ago, like because it was obviously they were streaming, but they were purchases. A lot of people now will just go, "Is it on Amazon? Is it on Netflix? No, I'll wait then." And so they didn't have like a Game Pass like subscription for the movie service. It was just you can buy movies or buy TV shows. So I think that kind of put them on the back foot anyway, because you're not going to just jump on there. What can I buy today? No, what can I watch? That's what people want. They don't want to be buying stuff, movies individually. You can, but get them on Netflix and Amazon and whatever.
Yeah, I'm probably in a group of one here, but like before they changed it, every Tuesday used to be the reset for like weekly deals. And I used to go on the weekly deals for games, and I used to look at the weekly deals for movies just in case. Yeah. Like I said, I'm probably in a group of one there, but that was just a little thing I used to do. But now it's like, can't even do that.
Yeah. So bit of a
And the
shame,
thing is,
obviously. Go on.
sorry,
No,
I'm just saying, like, what would it cost Microsoft to have that running? They're not buying the movies. They're probably not getting a high percentage from it. So I don't feel like it's costing them much to kind of keep it running.
Yeah.
That's
Well, I mean,
is it maybe like a server thing?
it could be. It could be in relation, to the layoffs as well recently. With,
that's
laying off 9,000 people. I'm sure some of the team who were working on this particular project were binned, or maybe the entire team. Who knows? I don't know.
Yeah.
But yeah, so it's gone again. It's another fucking. Every time Xbox take a step forward, they're like, "Oh, actually, let's not get too far ahead of ourselves. Let's crack ourselves in the nuts and set ourselves back a little bit further." But yeah, so if you got your movies already, you can keep watching them, hopefully indefinitely, but at least for now. But yeah, no more movies or the like purchasable on the Xbox store. Ready or Not, it's a game that came out recently. Apparently, very, very good. Well, I know it's quite good actually because I played a little bit. Ross, you were quite keen on playing this game. Have you?
I was, and I don't know where I got the impression it was coming to Game Pass.
See, now you said that, and I was like, is it? But apparently not. Perhaps it is.
Yeah, I don't know where the fuck I seen that it was coming to Game Pass, and I got so fucking excited about it. But yeah, my fucking TikTok and Instagram Reels is just loaded with fucking Ready or Not or stuff to do with this. I mean, it looks cool. As I think Jay said, it's got Siege vibes to it.
Yeah.
I like the idea of like being a policeman and apprehension of criminals and stuff like that. But yeah, I was kind of disappointed when I realised it wasn't coming to Game Pass. I was like, oh.
Yeah, I've seen a lot of people playing the Hold Fast game because I think it's quite similar to that Zonzo game that was quite but yeah, Ready or Not, I haven't seen much of it, to be honest. So
yeah, so it's basically like we were saying, like Rainbow Six style game. I don't know, whatever. Where you got a squad of 5 and you have to rescue hostages or take out the terrorists or what have you. I've only done the tutorial so far, which was quite illuminating because it's a lot more in depth than Rainbow Six. So you get the option to split your team up into 2 teams if you want to, and then you can issue commands separately. But to issue a command, it's a case of choosing, like aiming at a door, for example, and choosing breach, and then you come out the menu, go back into the menu, it's breach and clear, breach and grenade, breach and flash, etc., and then you have to then set them off as well.
Sounds very Rainbow Six Vegas.
It's very Rainbow Six Vegas and Rainbow Six 3.
There was one before Vegas, yeah.
Rainbow Six 3.
Breach and flag.
Yeah. And again, if you got 2 teams set it up, and you can join them, or you can watch their head cam as well, so you know what the other team is doing if you want to. There's the option to apprehend suspects, which is the ideal way of doing it, although you can kill them if they won't comply, and you could tie them up, and then they will drop evidence which you have to collect as well to sort of build a case, etc. Again, the tutorial, that's literally all I've done. I got right to the end and I shot a hostage in the face because he was annoying me, and then I had to restart the fucking game.
That sounds
restart
like
the most G statement I've heard this whole podcast.
We were waiting because they're going through the motions. Oh, well done, you've completed the tutorial. Now you can go out and do it. They're blah 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 blah. And this guy behind me the whole time is going, "These cuffs are too tight. I can't feel my hands. These cuffs are too tight. I can't feel my over and over and over." I was like, "Fucking shut up!" So I shot him in the face, and then I had to do the tutorial bit again. So
you can't feel your hands anymore either.
Yeah, but yeah. So I think it would be a lot of fun to play together. But obviously, not being on Game Pass, that's going to make things a little bit trickier.
Can you imagine the rage you're doing? Like,
I can imagine, the shenanigans.
And everything, and then G just goes, fucking.
Yeah.
So, who's it made by?
It is made by Void Interactive, I believe.
Have they got any previous shooters or?
If I'm honest with you, I haven't looked into it that deeply.
Come on, Jay.
But this game itself has been out on PC for quite some time, and apparently it was quite what's the right word? Not violent. Controversial was probably the right word.
Oh, I mean, it's definitely.
They had at one point they had a potential school shooting mission in it, for example.
Okay.
Which you had to go and deal with. I don't know if it's. I don't think it's in there now. I think there might.
Well, even still on that line, one of the people that you're trying to get and arrest as you're working the way through the area that you come across a laptop, and it's like got indecent pictures of minors, not on the screen, obviously, but it's like that's what the conversation is between like the seller and the buyer. And you're like, fucking hell. Like you're reading through it, it's like the conversation. And it's like, you're meant to apprehend this criminal. And the guy just kicks the door open and goes, nope! Poof! One shot, that's it.
As you fucking should do.
Like, you have failed this objective.
That's the thing. It's controversial. It's controversial, but as long as these guys get their comeuppance, it kind of feels good, doesn't it?
They've also toned down some of the violence because apparently it was quite graphic on the PC version, but for the console release they've had to ease it off a little bit. But again, having only done the tutorial, I can't speak to that. But I think it would be a lot of fun. It's quite interesting, I think, solo, just because you've got your four AI squad mates who you can direct and sort of control traffic, as it were. But with 5 players, I think it would be shenanigans central.
Chaos.
But it's out now. We got a review coming from James at some point, hopefully in the next few days. So watch out for that one on it.
Can you confirm if we have infinite flashbangs?
I can confirm it's a pain in the ass to throw a flashbang because trying to go through the menus.
I'm out.
Again, perhaps because I did rush through the tutorial, I just wanted to see what it was like, and trying to figure out how to fucking load a flashbang after they told you once. I was like, what am I doing?
Flashing Graham in the face.
But I tell you what, Pete, though. I tell you what, when you get hit by a flashbang, you fucking know it. It damages you for a start, and your vision goes like a bastard for ages. So I think you'd be onto a winner with that one.
I mean, if it's difficult to throw launchables, this might be the game for Dan.
Got to conserve that ammo.
Yes, he does.
But yes, it's I think it'd be good fun. But again, ideally, we all need to play it together. Ross and Pete and probably Gray, I guess I'm going to let you guys go with this one. Pokemon's teasing something ahead next week's showcase. Tell me.
It looks like a DJ Pikachu thing, and that worries me.
The thing I saw that this direct was it 24 minutes? They said it's going to last long, so they're not doing anything major. But like, nah.
Yeah, but I don't want it. Without sounding bad, they've got ZA coming out this year. Can we just focus on making it so it's not a fucking riot like Scarlet and Violet? Focus on getting this out and then fucking put DJ Pikachu if you want. I don't give a fuck after that.
Yeah. Well, they have something for the kids, ain't they?
I don't give a fuck about the kids. I've been with Pokemon since day dot. The kids can get to fuck.
Yeah, and now the new generation have to
fuck them.
Hang on, that sounds like a ready or not mission. Yeah. No, wait. So there's Pokemon Company has now confirmed it will be hosting an official pre-show event, like Ross said, called DJ Pikachu Live. But that's, I mean, Pokemon is not for me, obviously. Are you excited about Pokemon Legends ZA, Ross? I'm assuming you are. Are you going to be picking up a Switch 2 for it, or are you going to play it on your ball bag standard?
No, I'm going balls out and getting the Switch 2 for it. There is new Mega Evolutions, and Mega Evolutions are the best added mechanic that they've ever done, whether it be fucking terrestrialization, Z moves, whatever it may be. Mega Evolution's the best. So another game with more Mega Evolution, inject it into my veins.
Fair enough.
Yeah, I was a bit more cautious because ZA is a bit more like Arceus, isn't it? Which I didn't enjoy as much.
I'm fine with that. I didn't enjoy Arceus as much either, but
funny enough, my youngest just completed Arceus today. He rolled credits on it, so I was like, yeah. 2 years later, he's finally rolled credits on Arceus. Good man.
But yeah,
good work.
Just that, and I'm putting it up on a pedestal here, and it scares me. That could be the only contender for Expedition 33.
Oh, he's thrown out there. So, well, I mean, once you pick up your Switch 2, then you can pick up Donkey Kong and realise that.
Maybe we just need to do Game of the Year. Maybe rather than just having a top 3, have a Game of the Year for each console. Then you can do Game of the Year for Xbox with Claire.
Exactly.
We'll start at 10 a.m. on Sunday and we'll finish about 8 p.m.
We'll be finished roughly at the same time. I've got Ghost of Yotei to fucking sort as well for PlayStation. So yeah, and Death Stranding too. Fucking hell.
Yes, there's too many fucking games. Too many games as it is. All right, nice. Well, looking down the list of news here, there's not a tremendous amount more. I think we need to get to
Elden Ring.
Yeah, I figured you'd want to talk about Elden Ring. You can tell me about that, and then we'll do us.
It's literally fuck all. It's literally just said there is a new game from FromSoft coming. Codename FMC. Doesn't have anything else other than a fucking codename, and it is coming along well and is in an advanced stages of production.
Yeah, but somehow they knock games out fucking left, right, and centre, even though every single game's like 1,000 hours long.
Yeah, they do. Like Dustblood came out of fucking nowhere. I never expected to hear anything about it. I thought it was a fucking Bloodborne remake. That was when I first seen it. Although Switch 2 exclusive makes me a bit worried about that. That's why I'm tentative about it.
Isn't it a PvE game as well?
I don't mind that as such. But anything that's got Miyazaki in it, then just inject him with the veins, because the guy doesn't seem to miss. So I'm excited for the next game. I never thought I'd be into like what is those type of games called? Souls-likes, or Soulsborne games, or whatever they may be called. But the amount of hours I've put in Elden Ring is absolutely disgusting. So I'm very much looking forward to seeing what FromSoft come up with next. Night Rain was fantastic, and hopefully Dustbloods do well on the Switch. But another big console one right on my street.
Yeah. These games are certainly here to stay, aren't they? Because obviously they started off a bit niche, didn't it, with the old Demon Souls and Dark Souls. But now, obviously, as graphical things get better and gamers want harder challenges, these games seem to be right up a lot of people's street.
Yeah, I feel like I missed the boat because I rented Demon Souls when it came out from Love Film back in the day. I thought it was fucking shit, so I sent it back, and that was it. And then the next thing I know, everyone's like, Demon Souls is one of the greatest games ever made. I'm like, what? Did we play the same game?
It's very much an age thing, because see, when I was younger and I tried to play like harder games that were like, they were the hard type games before the genre became created.
Ninja Gaiden.
Yeah. I was like, fuck that. These games are not for me. But now as I've matured as a gamer and I can appreciate the effort that goes behind them, and you're not just sitting there like spamming the same button over and over again, and you actually have to think about what you're doing, I've realised that there is a world of beautifulness behind that learning curve. And if you can just get used to it, which isn't for everybody, I get that, it is well worth it.
See, I'm the opposite. I used to love playing hard games, putting everything at the hardest difficulty, playing it. And now I'm like, no,
got time for
like,
it.
bog standard difficulty, that'll do me. Yeah, not quite story mode, but yeah, whatever the default is, I'll go with that. That's fine.
Yeah, I remember the first time I ever played a Gears of War was with you, and you went, right, let's put it in hardest mode. And I was like, what the fuck is this?
It's got to be done. I
never played one ever again.
Yeah, playing that and playing Call of Duty 4, what's it called, Modern Warfare. Doing whatever it's Veteran, trying to get through that.
And the
My Hard mission as well.
Didn't you and Graham get through Halo on Heroic as well?
We must have done that. Or legendary.
Was it legendary?
Insane difficulty on Gears of War when you finally take down Ram is probably one of my most cherished gaming moments.
And we can do it all again in a month.
Exactly. I remember doing it in co-op. And like between the fucking wretches where you get swarmed and shit like this, and then we go to Ram and
fucking Krill coming down.
And you just every time you put your head out of cover for a fucking boss here in a second, fucking dead. And you're like, back to the start. And when you finally got that cutscene with Ram, it was just like,
yes. I still remember that moment doing that as well. My friend was absolutely smashed it. It took us hours to get there, but we did it.
Yeah, I remember. So fucking good.
But now I'm like, nah, just whatever's the default.
Just give me the
what's
story.
The recommended difficulty? I'll go with that one. That'll do me. Thank you very much. Every now and then I do have to knock it up because the recommended can be a bit easy, but sometimes I've got to knock it down.
Deathmatch on Witcher is good because it makes you learn the mechanics. So like you want to use the correct oils, you want to use like the correct concoctions so that you've got like, if it's say you're fighting vampires, you take like black blood, and every time they try and attack you, they take damage because it's like dead man's blood type idea, so it poisons them. And you've got the blade covered in the right oil, so they take a wee bit more damage for that. And you really need to do it in Deathmatch, so it adds to the sort of experience. So when you finally beat like a boss, you're like, that was me. I did that.
I still enjoy the idea of it, but at the moment, yeah, I'm just getting old, I guess. I've lost the ability. Yeah, but again, when Gears of War Reloaded comes out in a month, maybe I'll change my tune and we can play through some insane gameplay and see if we can take down Ram again. But anyway, that's for a month's time. We got plenty of stuff to talk about in between then, including Graham.
Yep.
Come on. No whammy. Tell me, Thunderstruck or nothing.
I haven't been playing it. I haven't got anything.
He told you earlier.
He's been playing Rematch, to be fair.
Yeah, but you could still be pulling cards, just not playing EAFC. You could
just sitting on the app.
Pull the cards, and yeah. Oh, okay. All right.
When you're matchmaking, just on the app, just
yeah. Well, you prepared to this. You prepared to this segment. All right. What can we do in Rematch? I don't know. I'll think of something. I'm sure there must be some way of Thunderstruck.
Have you bicycle kicked?
Win.
Have you bicycle kicked any Rainbow Flicks as a goal? You're not as good as Ian then.
Well, Ian did it with the opponent as well, not he by himself.
That's what I mean.
Both goals, to be fair. I actually did it in my own one and in the opponent's goal, so I have done it in both.
Oh, it's twice as good. Yeah. All right. Well. I'll think of something else to ask you next week then. We'll come up with some more some tantalising questions. But yeah, unless there's Thunderstruck or Kaka involved, not interested. Just pass it on to the next question, next part of the thing. All right, we'll move on and we'll round out the show as we always do with the very good reviews over xboxtavern.com. As I said, we've teased a few. Well, we've mentioned a few, I should say, throughout the evening. You can go check out AJ's review of Islanders New Shores. Anyone heard of this game? I hadn't until he gave me his review. Obviously, I gave him the code, but he gave me a 10 out of 10. One of his favourite games of the year. Wow. Yeah, it's like a city builder, basically, but it's real chill and relaxed. It's just placing things down and making it how you want it to be. And I reading it through made me really want to play it for some strange reason, because it's not my cup of tea at all. But yeah, go read that. Islanders New Shores, like I said, 10 out of 10. He also reviewed Ruffy and the Riverside, which he didn't score, because although he enjoyed the gameplay of it, it gave him horrendous motion sickness after like 20 minutes of playing. And I've seen a few other people mention it as well. It's something to do with, like, it's a 2D sprites that you're controlling, but it's a 3D world. So as the camera spins around and they're moving, something about that didn't sit right with him and a few others, that I've read as well. So he enjoyed the game. The mechanics are really good, but it just made him horrendously ill. So he avoided scoring it one way or the other. Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 3 and 4 review gave it a 9 out of 10 from James. That's obviously on Game Pass now. My Eric's Home review, I gave it a 9.1. Like I said, would have been my game of the year, I think, had it not been for Claire Obscure Expedition 33. And then another two reviews by me, Through the Nightmares and Worms Armageddon Anniversary Edition, which got an update which includes some older games that they added in, including the Mega Drive version, the SNES version, Game Boy, and another version I forget now of the original Worms. So as well as all the documentary stuff, really worth. Really recommend checking it out if you're interested in Worms goodness. But if you're not interested in Worms goodness, you can go to Game Pass. And Ross, this can come into and have come to Game Pass, including one game which I bought not recently. That was fucking on there, bastard.
Yes, it is, and I know the one you're talking about. So the ones that have already came out so far, so these will all be sitting there ready waiting for you if you want to download them. You've got Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 3 and 4, High on Life, highly recommend for any Rick and Morty fans. I know Jay hates the humour in it, but I found it fucking hilarious. My Friendly Neighbourhood is also there. Robocop Rogue City, Jay, that tickle your fancy at all?
That seems like a game I'd really like to play. Actually, I think I might pay for that, actually.
Fucking Sod's Law, man. Best game involved.
It was only a $5, so I can't really complain, but still.
I did that with a non a few weeks back. I bought a non for like a $5, and then it came on Game Pass, and I was like,
and games due to come out this week, we've got Abiotic Factor, Wheel World, Wu-Chang Fallen Feathers, and Grounded 2 Early Access. But that is not all, because we go above and beyond in this podcast. I have also got the PS Plus games that have came for July. So we've got Banishers and Ghosts of New Eden, which from what I have heard, anybody that has a PlayStation should pick it up because it's meant to be outstanding.
You could possibly read the review on xboxtavern.com, which I think was very, very praising indeed.
So I would highly recommend having a look at that. I know I'm going to go and stick it on for download after what I was reading. Of course, everybody's game of the year that it should be, that I don't think I should ever put on in my house. Otherwise, my daughter will beat the living daylights out of me if I ever try and turn it off. We have Bluey, the video game, Planet Zoo, Risk of Rain 2, Tropical 6. Tropical 6 is a great game if you are very much in the Civilization enjoyment mode, but not quite as serious as Civ. And rounding out, we have New World Eternium.
Nice. I'd recommend Risk of Rain 2. I reviewed that many years ago. It's like a roguelike survival type game. Pretty decent. I think it'd be better in co-op. I think up to 4 players. Yeah, not bad. But yeah, Banishers though. Really, really enjoyed Banishers. I didn't expect to like it at all. I didn't really know what it was before I started playing it. Yeah, really, really good game. So yeah, go check that bad boy out. But it's not all good stuff, obviously. We've got stuff leaving, Game Pass specifically. Pete, have you got the list in front of you? Perhaps you'd like to read us things of leaving?
So
You're good, you are.
Obviously, Ian wouldn't have mentioned this last week, but there were 6 games left on the 15th of July, which were Flock, Mafia Definitive Edition, Magical Delicacy, Chia, The Callisto Protocol, and The Case of Golden Idol. They are all gone. And we have 3 confirmed games leaving on the 31st of July, which are Kunitsugami, Path of the Goddess, Gigantic, and Turnip Boy Robs a Bank.
Yes, go play them ones for you.
3 stellar sounding games.
Kunitsugami, Path of the Goddess, AJ reviewed first, and he really enjoyed it. Gigantic, I think, come out, then it got like semi-cancelled, then come out again. It's like a MOBA type game, which I haven't played. Yeah, they had like a big relaunch of it basically, and they sent us some stuff about it, and it's not my cup of tea, so I ignored it. And then Turnip Boy Robs a Bank. Apparently, it's quite good fun, like a silly little indie game. But there was another one, Turnip Boy Does Tax Evasion, I think it was called. Just
after he rolls the bank.
I think it was the first one.
It sounds like a great franchise to get into.
It's just like a silly little. I'm not sure if it's like an RPG or an action game or something, but.
So Turnip Boy robs a bank. Turnip Boy does tax evasion. Turnip Boy does 25 to life. Turnip Boy does rehabilitation.
Yeah, so I think it's one of them like wants to capture the streamer audience. Like, oh, I'm playing this game with a Turnip Boy doing tax evasion. But yeah, again, it's on Game Pass, and from what I understand, they're quite good games. But I haven't played any of them just yet.
Special guests include Jimmy Carr and Gary Lineker.
I was waiting for it.
Yes. Anyway, well, that's enough for us for this evening. I think we've gone on quite long enough. Thank you very much. You can find us at Xbox Tavern on various socials. You can find xboxtavern.com for reviews. You can find youtube.com, Gaming Tavern UK, which is where Ross's Tour de France review will be up tomorrow. My Sinden Light Gun impression /review / glowing praise will be up at some point in the next week or 2. And all sorts of other wonderful videos, including our Project Game Pass stream, which we record once Sunday every month. And also our podcast records each and every Sunday at 8 p.m.
Yes!
For now, you can find me at EnXHan on various places, including Xbox Live and Twitter and all sorts of goodness. You can find Graham.
At Graham Reaper.
Ross.
Or not.
At Scottish Gruff.
And special guest Pete once again.
At Peter Kinninge.
So go find him, go find all of us, and enjoy yourselves. Play video games, be nice to each other, you cunts. And we'll see you next Sunday. Next Sunday? We're back next Sunday? We are next Sunday, aren't we? For
there's anything on next Sunday.
Probably a regular podcast, unless everybody decides to pick up Ready or Not, and we'll play that. But for now, goodbye, farewell. Yeah, I'm going to bed. Bye.
Bye.